Okay. I was waiting for you, but while I'm waiting, I decided to record the class just in case you can't have the class today. The idea is that I remember that the other day I sent you something to watch, and we finished last class talking about. I mean, I'm going to read something, and you're going to tell me which of these descriptions uh, fits you best. Fits you means you consider that you belong to that group. I remember that the kind of people, depending on how people complain, are four. The four groups: a silent sufferer, a calm, collected type, an activist, a whiner. That's okay. This is the idea. If you want to see silent sufferer, calm, collected type, an activist, a whiner. But if you look at the pictures, if each of them is saying something. For example, the silent sufferer says, I very rarely complain. Very rarely. So if I ask you today, the same question that I asked you to think about the other day was, what do you think is the definition of a silent sufferer? Remember that these kind of people say, I very rarely complain. So it's about that if you asked me this question, I would say that a silent sufferer is a person who never complains. Doesn't mean that the person feels sometimes disgusted or uncomfortable or embarrassed or leaves a situation in which would like to say something, but the idea is that I don't know if it is the personality, the way the person was educated. Uh, I don't have an idea, but these people suffer because that is why they are silent sufferers. Have a hard time, a bad time, an uncomfortable time, but they don't complain. If you ask me, I mean, sometimes could be, let me see that Franco is here, so I'm going to admit him. Wait a second. Yes. So silent sufferers. Franco.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Well, um, I was saying that the other day I sent you, the last thing I sent you was, if you could find a definition for four kind of people. And the kind of people were this: silent sufferer, calm, collected type, an activist, and a whiner. Yes? So these were the four groups of people according to the way they complain when there is a situation, a problem, how they complain. And I was saying that, what is the definition of a silent sufferer? If you pay attention here, the silent sufferer, here she says, I very rarely complain. Very rarely means almost never. So, what does a silent sufferer do? A silent sufferer is a person that doesn't matter the situation, right? Difficult, embarrassing, doesn't matter. The person never says anything. The person never complains, right? The second group of people is this: a calm, pay attention to the boy, completely not stressed, completely calm. So calm, collected type. What's the meaning of this? These kind of people say, I only complain if I have to. And I'm going to add something. If I absolutely have to. What's the meaning? If it is completely necessary, the calm, collected type complains. But if it is not, the person resists the complaint, okay? But what is the difference? The difference between a silent sufferer and a calm, collected type? Because there are two different groups. What is the difference? The first one, if you look at the face, is having such a hard time. Is living an uncomfortable situation. The second one, the calm, is a person that is like is not feeling bad because of a situation. Yes. So the person decides, I can complain. I'm going to lose my time complaining? Yes. Or no. So the person makes a decision and the person is completely calm. Yes? Well, but if you pay attention to the third group, says an activist, this one, an activist, look at the woman. Wow, you say, look at the finger, yes, pointing to you. Antonella is here. So it's about that an activist is a person who always complains, right? So, and the reason is, if you read here, says, I complain because it's my right. It's my right. So I have the right to complain. So the activist, if you belong to this group, the activist is a person who is always complaining. Always. Doesn't matter the how can I say, the situation. The person complains. For which reason? Because I have the right to complain. Understand? Very good. And the fourth group are whiners. A whiner is a person that, it's supposed that the person says, I complain about every little things. It's hot. And the person says, wow, it's always hot in this country. I can't do this. It's cold. Wow, I don't know what to do in a cold day because so it's rainy. I don't know why Uruguay has such a bad weather. It rains a lot. So the person is always complaining over very little things, right? So, in my opinion, if you ask me, the silent sufferer is a person who has a bad time because never talks, never expresses his or her feelings. So the person has a bad time. The calm, collected type, number two, these kind of people are what we could call the best, because if they want, they complain. If they feel that it's not a good idea, they don't complain. But they are calm. They are not having a bad time. The activist. The activist is a person that always complains. And this is not possible because from time to time, you have to be a little, how can I say, patient, a little tolerant, yes, and rely on other people's opinions, because it's about that you don't have the right in every situation every day. Maybe you are mistaken and the other person is telling or is doing something that is correct. Well, but the activist is always like nervous, stressed, and giving an opinion, expressing his or her point of view. Doesn't matter if it is good or bad, but this is the sentence they say. It's my right. Okay. And the whiners, it's supposed that the whiners are people who, in Spanish, The translation is quejarse. So a whiner is a person that is always finding the negative part of everything, never sees something positive. So the person is always saying, talking about the weather, talking about, I don't know, activities, talking about what to do on weekends, talking about jobs, talking, doesn't matter the topic, the person is always with a negative point of view. Well, this was the homework I wanted you to do the other day. Yes, was finding a definition of these four types of people. Okay? But for which reason? Because if you remember or if you watched the videos, the classes I sent you, remember that we were talking about, first of all, some idiomatic expressions, all of them with more or less the same meaning. Drive me crazy. Get on my nerves. For example, drive me up the wall. Yes, make me feel down. Make me feel sick. Yes, get that person gets my blood boil. Yes, and the idea is that all these idioms, idiomatic expressions, have a meaning. What is the meaning? Irritate, don't like, can't stand. So instead of saying, when a person complains, doesn't matter if you are a calm, collected type, or a whiner, or an activist, or a silent sufferer, doesn't matter. When you complain because there is a situation and you feel uncomfortable and you have another opinion and you don't like something and you complain, sometimes people complain because a situation drove you crazy, because a situation made you feel down, because a situation drove you up the wall. Yes, because a situation got under your skin. So all these idioms are or have to do with what? With the the idea of complaining. Okay, everything is together, right? Well, something else that I told you some classes ago was the idea of saying the thing I can't stand is, oh, one thing that bothers me is, oh, um, one thing that I hate is, right? Something that bugs me or irks me. I explained that the verb, when you say something that bugs me or something that irks me, these two verbs is the same as hate, can't stand, irritate. Yes, can be irk, can be bugs, right? Something I can't understand is, what happened? You have to complete the sentences. So when you say, the thing I hate is, or what? When kids play soccer next to my bedroom's window because they make a lot of noise, right? Okay. One thing that bothers me is when, for example, when, for example, someone is singing in a bad tune for many minutes while I'm riding the bus. So these situations that maybe make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel embarrassed, etc., you can use, well, that situation, idiom, drove me crazy. But as I am a silent sufferer, I never says anything. Or as I am a calm, collected type, I almost never react. Or as I am an activist, I always, have arguments with people. Yes? Or as I am a whiner, you can say, I complain. I complain, doesn't matter what the situation is, right? Well, this is more or less the idea, okay? Yes, so to understand what I'm talking about today, you have to watch the two classes that I sent you. It's okay?
Yes.
Yes? Right. That's okay. Now, today, today we're going to do something that is important, and we continue with the same idea. Situations that are uncomfortable, the kind of people that complain or react about these situations. Uh, but we are going to use some specific vocabulary. So we suppose that today we're going to write some vocabulary. This vocabulary are words, and these words describe what? Feelings. So today, what were the class? I mean, today's class is this. We're going to copy some words, and these words describe feelings. These words describe feelings. Okay? So, what is the reason why we are having the class today? Well, to learn some words that describe feelings, right? Well, my
Yes.
question is, which words describe feelings? When you say, I feel bad, you are describing. You use the verb, which verb? Feel. I feel okay, I feel fine. Okay? Yes? But you can use this word, annoyed. This is number one. The first word is annoyed, 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 annoyed. And I'm going to tell you that I don't remember if it was last class or two classes ago, we were talking about that irk is the same verb, has the same meaning as annoyed. So if you say irked, this word, I-R-K-E-D, irked, the preposition is irk, is the same as annoyed. So I can say, that situation always annoyed me, or that situation always irked me. Yes? Last week, that situation annoyed me, or last week, that situation irked me. It's the same idea, okay?
Yes.
Remember that annoyed is something that I can't stand. Number two, another word that describes a feeling is confused. 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 This is the second word. Confused. Describes a feeling because when you think about a person that is confused. So it's a feeling. I don't understand. I don't know. It bothers me. I can't find that. I don't feel comfortable. So the situation is confusing. So I'm confused. There you go. Annoyed, confused. Another word that describes feelings is depressed. Depressed, you can say. So I'm depressed because of a situation. This is my feeling. So it's a word that describes a feeling. I'm totally depressed, or I'm totally annoyed, or I'm totally confused, you can say. Yes? There you go. Another word is discouraged. Discouraged. Instead of encourage means encourage. Go. Do is the opposite. Discouraged. Discouraged. So I don't have enough energy. That's the reason why I'm totally discouraged. Yes, so it's a very like negative word, discouraged. Yes, I'm totally discouraged means I don't know what to do. I can't find a solution. Yes, so annoyed, confused, depressed, discouraged. Number 5, we have frustrated. Frustrated. Remember that you can tell me, teacher, all of them are negative descriptions of feelings. Well, but remember that we're talking about complaining. And when we complain, we are angry. We can't stand the situation. Yes, we feel uncomfortable, no? So frustrated is the other one, frustrated. So these are words. I don't know if Antonella is there or not, but I hope that yes. Frustrated. Very good. Number 6, the other word that describes a feeling is infuriated. Infuriated. Remember that infuriated is something similar to very, 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 very angry. So infuriated exists. This word exists. Yes. Wow, I'm totally infuriated. Yes. So it's a very, how can I say, uncomfortable feeling. But when you complain, maybe you feel infuriated. Yes, very good. Another one, wait a second. Insulted. 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 Very good. This is the feeling. Yes, I'm insulted. I felt that someone was not so polite. The situation was completely impolite. So I am, or I was, or I felt insulted. Another one, irritated. This is very similar, very simple, and similar to the rest. Irritated. What happened? This is the most common. The reason why we're going to try not to use it, because when I say I'm totally irritated, everybody understands. But instead of irritated, you can say I'm totally annoyed, I'm totally confused, I'm totally depressed, I'm totally discouraged, I'm totally frustrated, I'm totally infuriated, insulted, irritated. Okay? Number 9, saddened. Remember when you were a child, say, I'm happy, the other person is sad. Okay. But when you say, I'm totally saddened, this, I'm totally saddened, is that you are totally, how can I say, it's similar to depressed, because saddened is that you are not happy. It's completely the opposite, no? Very good. Number 10, another word that describes a feeling can be, we are going to write baffled. Baffled. I'm going to tell you what's the meaning. Baffled. B-A-F-F-L-E-D. Baffled. When you say I'm totally baffled, means baffled. In Spanish, is when you say I don't know what to think. When you are completely baffled is when you say, wait, I can't believe the situation. I can't react because I'm totally baffled, not frustrated, not confused, not discouraged, no, baffled, baffled. I don't know what to do. Yes, is the situation is so, how can I say, it's so for you, it's so how can I say, impossible to understand that you don't know how to react. So it doesn't matter if you are an activist, if you are a whiner, if you are a silent sufferer, really, you don't know what to do. Yes, because you are desconcertado. This is the translation of baffled. Yes, a person that can't react because really can't understand what is happening. Okay, baffled. The other feeling is, wait a second, I'm going to write, confused, it's okay. This, demoralized, demoralized, wait, realized. And here you can understand because it's similar to Spanish. Demoralized, demoralized. You say, wow, it's a feeling completely, how can I say, demoralized. So we say, well, everything is lost. So I can't find a solution. Yes. When a person says, I'm totally demoralized, is when the person says, okay, enough for me. I can't think of a solution. I can't think of a way to change this. I don't know what to do. And first, the person is demoralized, and maybe then the second is depressed or is saddened, yes, or infuriated. I don't know, but demoralized is a word that we can use to describe feeling. Another one, enraged. This is a new word for you. Enraged. The pronunciation is enraged. Enraged. And what's the meaning of this? Furious. Enraged. Furious. You drive up the wall. Yes. A situation drove you crazy. So what is the feeling? You say, I'm totally enraged. Yes. That's okay. The other one that we can copy. And mystified. Mystified. This is the, I think there is one more. Mystified. 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 Well, mystified is similar, is the same as baffled. So number 10, I'm totally baffled. And number 13, I'm mystified is the same. Yeah, so I don't know how to react. Yes, that the situation overcame you, so you don't know what to do, what to think, a solution, nothing. Yes, you can think about anything. And the last one is stand. You write STUNNED, stand, stand. I'm stand. I'm stand. What's the meaning? Confused. Confused. Right? This is similar to confused. Wait, I need to think. Wait a second. Don't tell me anything else. I don't know how to react because I'm stand. Yes. I don't understand. Yes. I'm confused. Well, all these words, all of them are words that describe feelings. Well, for homework, I want you to do this. You have the words and you're going to write them for next class. Then we're going to talk about wait. And the last one is exam. We're going to talk about feelings. We are talking about feelings, right? Well, talking about feelings. Feelings, okay? Feelings. Which of these words are confused feelings? Confused. Which of them are angry feelings? And which of them are sad feelings? So you have to write confused, annoyed, sad. All of them are feelings. So confused feelings, angry, angry feelings, and sad feelings. So the homework for today is put the words in the correct column. The columns are confused feelings. The second one is angry feelings. And the third one is sad feelings. Okay? Yes? So I'm going to give you an example. What can be a confused, which of these describe a confused feeling? Let's say confused, confused. Let me see. Remember that I say, remember baffled. So baffled, I say, is similar to I don't know what to do. So in this group, the first one is baffled.
My
Right?
yes.
Yes? This is one. Then you complete with with others. The second column, angry feelings. Well, which of the feelings we're talking about? A person is completely, it's an angry feeling. Angry, angry. Remember that? We say a person is angry, a person is annoyed. So, annoyed. This is an angry feeling. Annoyed, for example. Right? And then we have a sad feeling. Obviously, the one that is saddened, saddened is a sad feeling. Yes, saddened. So here we have three. A confused feeling. When a person says, I'm totally baffled. An angry feeling. When a person says, I'm totally annoyed. And a sad feeling when a person says, I'm totally, for example, saddened. Yes, but pay attention that there are 14 and we have to put the rest in the different columns. This is okay?
Yes.
Yes, it's very simple that you can do. Well, that's right. Um, Let me see something else. I always say, I always say that listening is essential for you. There is a listening comprehension about this topic that I'm going to send you, okay? A listening comprehension I'm going to send you. Right. This is first of all this. And something else is, what can we do with what we studied 2 classes ago, last class, and today, all together. Yes, the 2 videos that you have, the 2 classes, and today's class. Right. It's about that we can use all the new expressions, all the different situations we have been studying in our everyday conversation. Right. This is the idea. So I hope that you can do this too. We're going to write complete. And to do that, I would like you to complete these sentences. Very short, there are only 4. And we're going to try to use some of the vocabulary that is new for us. Well, in my opinion, one of the new vocabulary here, one of the new is this number 10, baffled, baffled. Remember, say, baffled, what is this? Confused, right? Baffled, confused. Well, what happens if you have to, Franco and Antonella too, complete this as a homework? I'm totally baffled by, copy this sentence, I'm totally baffled by, I'm totally baffled by, and my question is, by what? I'm totally confused. This is the idea. I'm totally confused, right? I'm totally baffled by, I'm totally baffled by, Very good. And you are going to tell me. Yes, you are going to tell me uh, what makes you feel baffled. Number two, the sentence is, uh, for example, I get, let me see, I get, wait, I get so irritated. For example, I'm going to use one that is very simple. I get so irritated when. So my question is, when do you get irritated? I get so irritated when. My question is, which situations make you feel irritated? Which situations make you feel, the idea is annoyed, irritated, hurt, okay? When there are different things that you can try to write to complete the sentence. I'm totally, excuse me, I get so irritated when. Very good. The other one, number three. Number three, the sentence is, I always, pay attention, get, and we're going to use the word discouraged. Discouraged. Yes. When, so my question is, in which situations do you get discouraged? I always get discouraged when, I always get discouraged when, I always get discouraged when, what happened? I always get discouraged when, and you think about a situation in which you feel, you always feel that way. And number four, I have to copy here because I don't have, number four is, I sometimes, pay attention, I sometimes feel depressed. Well, you can say depression. We can say, teacher, depressed is such a, how can I say, important feeling. Yeah. I sometimes feel depressed. I sometimes feel depressed, talking about a little sad, a little, how can I say, because depression is an illness. I don't know, I don't think that we are gonna feel depressed, but the idea is, I sometimes feel low, I sometimes feel sad, I sometimes feel without hope. This idea, right? You have a bad day, you are very pessimistic and negative. I don't know why. So the idea is, the number four is, I sometimes, number four, I sometimes feel depressed when. I sometimes feel depressed when. I sometimes feel depressed when someone do something, when a situation, I don't know, when I don't know what happens, but I always try to give you some time to think. You can use internet to find the answers, to, not the answers, how to complete. Remember that, use internet, right? I'm totally baffled by, and then you're going to find different kinds of things, and you say, well, this is maybe a good idea, or you can write examples of situations in which people feel baffled, examples of situations in which people are irritated, examples of situations when people get discouraged. You're right. Example of situations that make people feel depressed. I don't know, I can't tell you the many examples you are going to find. And what happened? Try to choose one or two or three. Yeah, this is the homework for next class. These two, complete this chart and complete these sentences. Is correct? Yes? Okay? Well, eh, and remember to listen to the listening comprehension I'm going to send. I hope that you listen to everything I send you. And Franco and Antonella, I don't know if Antonella, I'm going to record and send the class to her. But remember, don't feel frustrated if you listen to something and you can't understand. Don't feel frustrated. The only way to overcome that situation is to listen again. And then to listen again. And then to listen again. So um, choose one of the listening comprehensions or videos I sent you. Yes, you choose one that you feel a little more interesting for you and try to make this exercise. Every day, listen to that video for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, I don't know, for 7 minutes, many times. Yes, or maybe at night before going to bed, say, well, okay, I'm going to listen to that video. The last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to listen without paying attention, because it's not necessary to pay attention, but you have to listen. The more you listen, the more you're going to understand. It's okay? Yes?
Yes.
Try to listen, Franco. And I'm waiting for, I don't know if you can have classes at this time, on Monday, if it is correct, at 2 o'clock, because Antonella, I think today she had some problems with the connection, but I think that she can. So, or you talk to me now, tell me which days and if this time is okay for you.
Okay.
For example, on Monday at 2 o'clock, can we have a class, this class, every Monday?
Mm, yes, I think yes. Because economy, I have to 16, six,
You have
6 o'clock,
classes, at what time you have economy classes?
6, I think.
Right, so at 2 o'clock on Tuesday is possible? Tuesday at 2 o'clock?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
For example, in next Thursday, do you know which classes are you going to have on next Thursday?
Mm, yes.
And do you have some classes at this time?
No.
So it's possible to have English classes on Tuesday and Thursdays at 2 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes, well, so if there is a change, you tell me before next class, right? If you don't send me any audio, any WhatsApp, nothing, we are going to have another class on Thursday at 2. It's okay? Yes?
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
very good. Are you having all the classes, all the subjects online?
No. English, for example, I don't have.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Because you told me about economy, but I don't know if you have another subject online.
mm, history,
History,
math,
right?
math, and
Tell me in Spanish.
filosofía. No, es geografía humana o algo de eso.
Right.
Geography. Bueno,
Okay.
yes.
Very good. And for example, mathematics is more complicated understanding online, or
Eh,
it's more complicated?
eh,
It's not the same.
complicated.
It's not the same.
No.
Yes, but students and teachers, we are tired. Yes, I'm tired of this way of teaching, but well, what can we do? Yes. So the idea is we are going to see each other on Thursday at 2. Okay? That's okay?
Okay.
Yes? Try to listen. If you don't want, if you don't have time, but listen, yes, you have to listen, Franco. Okay? You look at the
Yes.
WhatsApp and you're going to see a lot of listenings. Try to do the listenings. I'm going to send you now in some minutes. Okay? Yes?
Okay.